Happy Monday, everybody. I'm back like I promised. And you're listening to an Author Talk Short. And my lovely author guest right now is Diann Bohem. And did I say your last name correct?
It was perfect.
Is it
Thank
Bohem?
you.
Okay. I used to say Bohem. And I asked you one time if that was right. And you're like, actually, it's Bohem, but it's okay. And so it stuck with me. So I want to make sure that I get it right. But you have decided to join me and my crazy self on these 12 days of page turners, the first 12 days of December. You were on December 11th, and I would love to kind of talk about, because you have several books. You have children's books and young adult books that you have written, and I would love to kind of talk about how you got the bug, or got bitten to start writing, and what that journey was like for you.
Sure, I'd be happy to. First of all, thank you for having me. It's a real honor to be here. Um, so I have always been a storyteller ever since I was a little girl, either through singing or just talking. My brothers would call me motor mouth. It's like, is she ever going to shut up? Right.
That's what brothers are good for, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to do those things. They make you non-sensitive, right? I
Yeah,
love it. I love it.
absolutely. So, but one day I was working out in the garden because I'm not a great gardener, but I love to play in the mud. And yeah, as a kid, I was even making mud pies. But anyway,
Right.
so yeah, crazy, right? So it just dawned on me that, a little message came and said, you need to put your stories to print. And I thought about it and I was like, you know what? That's true. And that's the day I started. I came inside, cleaned up and got the mud off of me and sat down and started writing. I did longhand for a long time. And
Oh,
then would transfer it to the computer. But that was the beginning of where I am today.
yeah. I love it. So which do you prefer? Do you prefer longhand or the computer? I have people that like both or one or the other. You can't read my handwriting because if I'm in a hurry, it's just half the time I can't read it. So I definitely would do the computer. But which way do you prefer to write and to get down your ideas?
For the first time, it's always been handwriting, but over the years, I've transferred to predominantly doing the computer. It was a transition, but I still carry a notebook with me. So if I'm walking or driving or something, I might have to pull over to the side and quickly write down that idea before that fleeting moment goes away. But yeah, predominantly a computer now.
Oh, see, I love it. It's just you can't read my handwriting, it's just one of those things. But you have children's stories, and I want to kind of dive into those a little bit because they are the cutest books. My daughters love them. And
Thank you.
so I know you had one, did you have one or two that came out this year? I know you had one that was a song about peace.
Yes, yes.
And
So, yeah, so you're absolutely right. I actually have three. Can you believe it? I feel
oh
so
my
lucky.
gosh,
So I
wow.
have this Song of Peace, and I have Charlie and the Tire Swing, and that's really special to my heart. Well, they're all special, but Charlie's extra special. And that's going to turn into a series, which I can tell you about later if you're interested.
Wow.
And then A Time to Fly. And that's a really precious story. And in all of them, the illustrators just have done a phenomenal job. So, yeah.
I love that. I remember the when you were coming on the Monday nights and you were talking about your song of peace, and you're like, it's just one of those, you wanted to do a video of different people singing the word peace, right? So
Right.
did that ever happen? How did that go? Because I loved that. I watched a video of you on Facebook a couple days ago, and you were just singing, and it was just
Mhm.
like it just made me smile because it just was like, I love this. And it reminded me so much of myself because I would just do that, right? I mean, I just like my car is my karaoke safe spot. And you were just out there and you were just singing, and it was just the greatest thing. And it was so refreshing. So did that video get made of a bunch of people singing the word peace to go with your one of your children's books, or what happened there?
Yes, it did, and it's on, YouTube, so I'll have to share the link to you, and it turned out precious. I have it in people in various languages, because I've lived or traveled to different countries, so it opens up with a dear friend, singing in Filipino, or Tagalog, And so the word peace, and so it's in Chinese and all
I
kinds
love
of
that.
languages, and it turned out really beautiful.
I
And
love that.
yeah, and that's what I really want. All my books are either about peace or liking yourself, being kind to one another, sharing your imagination, and that's what Charlie and the Tire Swing is all about, is imagination. Because I want children to realize to put down those devices because they're almost born with them, and
Right?
just fall in love with where your mind can take you, especially on a tire swing. So, and and in that particular one, it's actually the stories come from my son actually, because when he was little, he loved the tire swing, and so he and I tried to recall some of the stories, and that's how we're going to end up having some early readers after that. And the only reason to dive into that is just to share that imagination is so incredible. And I just want people to love their imagination no matter what age.
Yeah. See, I love it, and I love the comment from Patty Lee saying that you're ready for December. I am ready for December. That meme that was going around where it's like people on October 31st, on their Halloween outfits, and then
Yeah.
November 1st, and it's like Christmas lights everything up. That is very much me. Like, I'm at my mom's right now, and my mom is like the spirit of Christmas. I always say, like, because she's got Christmas trees up, and I mean, like every room. So I love
Wow.
it. I love it, and I love
Mm.
the 12 days of page turners, which, Sandy started, and so I've just kind of run with it. But so jumping from your children's books to, I believe you have a young adult book that's
Correct.
about, is that one about your grandmother or your great grandmother? Which one?
Very good. It's actually her family, so it involves them all. It's very generational. So yes, Ruby, my grandma Ruby, Rise, A Girl's Struggle for More, and it's all about a woman born in 1904 who wanted to go to college. And people forget that women born in those days were supposed to marry. And there was no such thing as the word teenager. Did you know that?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It was the kids that were what we would call teenagers today. Those kids born in 1904, 1905, they were the first ones to have cars. So they were breaking the rules. They were going out on dates instead of courting. They
Those
weren't
rebels.
I know, right? And parking became a thing. And so, yay for those people, but it was what happened is you were a child,
Mhm.
and once you transitioned and to a young lady or a young man, you were considered an adult. So
Mhm.
that meant at 14, you were to be married. And my great grandpa apparently he had a saying that only one rooster can be in the house. And she had 9 brothers. But anyway,
Oh my
so isn't that
god, I love
funny?
it.
I love that.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm already blushing. But, grandma wanted to go to college, and so it's a really great story of how she was so determined, and I'll let you in on a hint. She ran away to go to college.
Wow.
Yeah,
Your
and so
grandmother's a rebel.
I
Oh
know.
my gosh. I love it.
So it's a real fun story, and it did really well. It even made Amazon's hot list for a while, and I'm very proud of that. And so I'm having the follow up. Enough requests have come into the publisher to go, what happened to Ruby? So it's with the editor now. Being looked at for hopefully coming out the new one in 2023. So
Wow.
yay!
Wow.
But I am blessed, Amy, to have had such wonderful role models with my mom, my grandma, and even my great grandma. Um, Again, women in those days, they had to be strong, especially if they were out west. Um,
Yeah.
you had to know how to handle a gun because you never knew what outlaw was come walking into your home. So great grandma ended up cooking for several outlaws. So she has a story all of her own.
I'm telling you, I love this woman. I love it. Cooked for outlaws, ran away to go to school. I mean, I got the person. love it. I love that. Man,
So
just hearing you talk about it, right? So my mom used to love Little House on the Prairie,
oh,
right?
yes.
So I watched that. And then Sarah Plain and Tall was my mom's movies, right? Sarah Plain
Mhm.
and Tall, Anne of Green Gables, all of those, right? Very
Yes.
strong women in those in the for that like time period, but for those shows, right? Especially
Mhm.
the time that the shows were airing. And so your grandma just reminds me so much of them. I mean, it's almost like a Sarah Plainenthal, because she didn't take nothing from no one. No one, she's like, "I'm
You're
gonna do
right.
it my way. I can get out there and do it just like you. Let's do it." And so, like, just hearing you talk about your grandma, that's what comes to mind. I'm like, "Oh, she's my type of lady. I love this."
She
I
was
have
definitely that way, and, when I was doing all the research for that particular book and, my hats are really off to historical fiction writers because, oh my stars, if you wanna do it right, you really have to study, and so I think it took 5 years of really learning about life in that time period. So I wanted to wake my grandma up and say, "Grandma, you and I were really close, but you held out on me."
You didn't tell me everything, grandma.
Yeah.
I get it. I used to call my mom's mom, I used to call her my Gma when I got older. I'm like, "Oh, Gma, it's okay. It's,
Yeah.
it's all good." But she was awesome. She would love like bangles and leopard and red lipstick, and so
Mhm.
I very much get that from her because I love a good leopard. It doesn't matter, sunglasses, shirt, whatever, shoes, I'm down, right? Good old red lipstick, and then I have her bangles and my daughters love my bangles and stuff. So I love that. And
That's
their,
great.
the relationship, but you didn't get all the stories. You had to research it.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I love that. You've bounced around. So I know that you're joining me in my crazy self. But Diane, I've known you for so long. I mean, you're family. I mean, we're just kindred spirits. But you
Thank
decided
you.
to join me on this crazy journey of 12 days, and I think it's like almost 70 authors that we have, right? So it's like 6 or 7 authors a night, all different genres, all different authors, and you decided to join me, and you're on December 11th. So without telling us exactly what your holiday special is, can you give us some hints as to what it will revolve or kind of be around?
Sure. I'll tell you, if you go to, my website and see my different books, you are gonna be really excited about the prices that you're gonna have on Amazon.
I
Yay!
love it. Oh my goodness, I love it.
And
During your segment, we're gonna have to sing "Peace."
yes.
I'm down. We should do it. I would love it.
Peace.
Yes, I'm telling
There
you,
you go.
I am not as good as you. So I'm just saying, I may just mouth it with you and just let you know. I'm just saying, but I mean, I'm an open book, so I have no
You're
shame.
so
I'm
cute.
down for it.
I feel very lucky to be,
Mm.
in the 12 Days Page Turners. Thank you so much for doing it. I know we all authors, we just appreciate you so much.
No, well, thanks, Diane. I'm telling you, I love it. I love indie, small press, traditional, all kinds of authors, right? And it's a rough world out there for authors. It truly is. You can sell your book all over all kinds of place and stuff. And so, hey, however I can help. And the 12 days is so much fun for me. I meet so many cool people and hear so many amazing stories that they've written and the inspiration behind it. And so it's just as fun for me as it is for you guys, and it doesn't matter if I've spoken to you once or 500 times that whole year, it still is just as refreshing and stuff. So I'm just so grateful you get to be a part of it this year and that you decided to come back and just come with
Definitely.
the party. I'm
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it, and I'm excited about every day because every day there are some amazing authors on there, and I'm excited for your day on the 11th. It's the day before our crazy December 12th is a free for all. We're going to do a live for however long it can be. And you are the day before that. And so I am just so excited. I feel like I'm going to spend the 11th and the 12th and all that with you. And I cannot wait. But what is next for you? Are you going to dabble in some other genres? Or I know you said the rest of the story of Ruby's coming out. So what else? Are you going back to children's books? What's next for you?
Children's books, and I'm working on some early, readers. So
Nice.
and, I'm writing lesson plans. So in my former life, I was a classroom teacher, and then a trainer of teachers in how to use technology in the classroom, and so I'm writing lessons, enrichment plans to go with each book so that you can use them effectively in the classroom and
Oh,
uh, and do creative writing because I love it when I can actually go into schools and work with the teachers and the kiddos and get them all excited. And I say kiddos, but I've worked all the way up through eighth graders. So because I want kids again to love their imagination and creative writing and don't worry about the grammar, just write and have fun, and then the rest will come, right?
right? Yes, I'm telling you,
Mm.
I still am not worrying about grammar, Diane. You get my emails, okay? Grammar is not my strong suit by any means. So I fully embrace that 100%. But Diane, I'm so excited and I can't wait to speak to you again on the 11th. So thanks for taking time out of your day to come and do an author talk short and to talk about your day and your time being on the 12 days of page turners. And we have more to come, everybody. So until then, I'm sure I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.